Hi, Annie here, and today we're making my Midwest Southern fusion gumbo pie. Think of it as gumbo that you can eat with a fork. This pie uses a yeasted pie crust, so let's bloom the yeast first. Add half a teaspoon of sugar to 1 cup of warm water and stir to dissolve. Bloom the yeast by adding a 1/4 ounce packet of active yeast to the warm sugar water and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes until foamy. In a large mixing bowl, combine 2 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour with half a teaspoon of salt. Then, add in your bloomed yeast and water, mixing until it all comes together. Turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface and knead until smooth. This usually takes between 8 and 10 minutes. Divide the dough ball into 4 roughly equal-sized pieces. Recombine 3 of those pieces and roll into a large, smooth ball. Roll the remaining quarter piece into its own smaller ball. Lightly coat each dough ball in vegetable oil and cover them with clean towels to proof at room temperature for 30 to 45 minutes.
Now we'll cook the sausage and okra filling. Slice 6 ounces of andouille sausage and 2 cups worth of fresh okra. If it's not in season, you can hopefully find sliced frozen okra, and that's fine, just don't use the breaded kind. Cook the sausage and okra in a 2 to 4 quart saucepan, along with a cup of chopped red onions and a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes and green chilies. Add 2 cups of water, a tablespoon each of paprika and minced garlic, and a teaspoon each of ground cumin and salt. You can always check out the full written recipe in the comments below if I'm going too fast. I happen to know the chef who wrote it, and he's really nice. Bring this mixture to a boil and then reduce to a simmer and simmer for about 40 minutes, stirring occasionally. This will remove the sliminess from the okra. I'm going to separate the liquids from the solids and use 2 cups of the liquids to cook the rice. Mika, while I do that, will you help me by pre-baking the crust? I'd love to help. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and grease a 10-inch cast iron skillet well. Then roll out the larger dough ball into a 14-inch circle. Fit this pie crust into the bottom of the skillet, up the sides, and let a little extra hang over the edge. Then dock the bottom with a fork. Bake the crust by itself at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Thanks, Mika. Always good to have some help. Layer your cooked rice in the bottom of the par-baked pie crust. Mika, while I do that, would you separate an egg, please? Sure thing. Beat together 2 eggs and the white of a 3rd egg. Mix those beaten eggs in with the solids from the sausage and okra we cooked earlier. That will go on top of the rice. Roll out the smaller dough ball from before into a 10-inch disc. That will be the top of our pie. Crimp the top of the pie dough around the edges of the pie and beat the reserved egg yolk to brush that on top. Place the iron skillet on a rimmed baking sheet and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. Let the pie rest for at least 10 minutes after baking before slicing and serving. It's time to make this pie a reality in your kitchen.